Hey guys, it's Jacobs here, and today we're going to be unboxing the Meilong M3x3, the YJ MGC 4x4, and a couple of lubes. So let's get right into it. I've been needing a new 4x4 for such a long time, and this 3x3 is also going to be pretty nice to unbox. But first, I want to go ahead and try these lubricants. Two of these lubricants are lubricants that I've never owned before, being the Mystic and the DNM. I got the DNM because the 3cc bottle was not in stock, and it's red, which is my favorite color. So there's a cube that I want to try this in, which is going to be my bulk. So I'm going to go ahead and try that out. Ooh, my bulk was a little bit slow, and so hopefully this helps speed it up, and it did. Wow, that's tremendously faster than what it was before. This is actually really good. Wow. What do they put in this? Wow, this is my first time ever owning DNM. This is a speed that I've never been able to access before. Did you see that? First turn was a U4. I kind of like this feel. It feels really bumpy now, and it really brought out the smoothness of the silk that I put in before I was able to access the DNM. Next lube that I want to try is the Mystic, and I want to try it out in my 356. And I also have another cube that I want to try it out in, which is my Goguan Shinghen. I actually dried this out a few days ago in preparation for this unboxing, and it's kind of locky and stuff. Before it was really fast and smooth, but then since then it's dried up a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some in both cubes. I don't know if it's as runny. I think that's good. Okay, and let's try them out. Maybe the DNM will help hold this out a lot too. Yeah, okay, so this feels pretty nice. It feels a little bit faster, and it's a little bit smoother. It feels like it will enhance another lube that I'll put in it, but I don't know yet. This is just, I'm gonna need to break this in a lot more, so yeah. And let's try it in here. Oh, it's getting on the outside. Yeah, it's much faster now. It's still sandy, which is a concern for me. I think that's something that the silk will fix. Yeah, so these lubes work out really well. I'll be doing a lot of solves on the. This is fast. But yeah, I'll be doing a lot of solves on these puzzles. I have no idea what I'm doing with this. So now let's get started with our first cube, the Meilong M. First off, I'm going to appreciate this package. It looks really, really nice, and it's actually textured. As you can see, it's like tiled for the cube, and then this outside surface is leathery and nice. And overall, the box looks just really good. So, Hwanpei Schindler. That's something that I haven't noticed. If you guys want to check that out, I'm gonna check it out myself. But yeah. Okay, so let's open this. All right. So we got ourselves a little accessory box. And here's the cube just right here. First, let's check out what's in the accessory box. Oh my gosh, I'm literally shaking right now. This is the first unboxing that I've done in 8 months. Okay, so we got ourselves another screwdriver. I think I have like 3 or 4 of these now. And some pamphlets. As well as this, which is a pamphlet. And these are cards. So, yeah, I'm going to put these aside. Let's have ourselves a little stand. I'm also going to put this over here. And we have ourselves a cube. So it feels very dry on the outside, like really dry. It almost feels like there's something like film that's rubbing off. The corners feel a little bit sharp. I feel like this corner got a little bit damaged. It's kind of sharp. But yeah, let's go ahead and do first turns. Actually, yeah, let's do first turns. Wow, this feels really nice. The shades look really nice. Oh, this feels kind of doo-doo. It's really tight. Jesus, yeah, that's really tight. But even for being so tight, it does turn kind of quickly. This is gonna need a quick setup in order for it to get really good. But luckily, I have all of the facilities that are needed to do so. So let's look at the shades again. The red's a little bit peachy. It's a little bit lighter than like on a WRM. The green is a little bit darker, and the blue looks good. And the yellow is a little bit lighter on here. And so is the white somehow. I have no idea how that's possible, but it is. So yes, this looks like it needs some of the lube, which shouldn't be a problem. And the magnets feel really nice. It's kind of light. It'll add like a little stable bump between the turns. And I think it'll feel really good. I'm gonna go ahead and do some solves on this and set it up off camera maybe, and I'll come back. Next up, let's move on to the 4x4 MGC and look at how cool this box is. It's also really, really big. These are two 3x3s, and a 4x4 is typically like not much bigger than one 3x3, but this is two 3x3s and the box is already this big. I got this cube. I requested this cube because I really have been needing a 4x4 for such a long time. It's been about 8 months because my used shoes broke, and the usual Magic 4x4 that I have is really bad. I've kind of been dropping 4x4 as an event because of it. I saw this cube come out and I was like, wait, this is actually really cheap, and everybody's saying that it's better than an Aosu Worm, which is a cube that I tried and I absolutely love. Why is this stuck? However, I've never been able to afford it, so I just don't have it. But luckily, this cube is apparently better than that, and it's also 1/2 of the price. This will make for a great cube cover, by the way. So, of course, I had to pick this up, and yeah. I'm going to take this out of the box, and let me see the accessories box as well. Okay, so we got ourselves a little pamphlet, some extra springs, even more springs, some extra magnets, and this interesting screwdriver that I've never seen before. And here is our main event. The shades look brilliant, actually. The green's a little dark, but that's alright. Yeah, let's do first turns. This feels really good. Wow, it's super fast. So, the magnets on the inner layers are really, really good. And the magnets on the outer layers are a little bit, they feel lighter. They probably aren't, but they feel lighter. The cube feels really light, and the inside is also really dry, but it's also really fast, so that's kind of nice. I'm just going to put some lube in this so I can smoothen it out. I think Mystic will do a kind of good job at that. I don't know what that's going to do, but I hope it's a good effect. Ooh. Yeah, I made it a little bit faster. I want to scramble this up and do a little solve. Alright, so I just finished the solve. I put a little bit of Mystic in it before I started it, but one thing that I've really noticed is how good the M slices are. They're actually really nice. I found that interesting. But yeah, this still does feel a bit sandy. I think this is because it probably needs a little bit of a washing. But yeah, overall it feels really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set both of the cubes that I have. I'm gonna go ahead and set them up, and I'm going to come back to you with a final review. So it's been about a week since I received these products, and I think I've fully formed my opinion surrounding it. First and very quickly, I'd like to address the lubes. All of them are fantastic and do exactly as I want them to do. The D&M and Mystic are very reactive, while the Silk has a unique balancing property to bring the slow cubes fast, the fast cubes slower, and all of the cubes much smoother. As for the first cube that I want to address, the Meilong, this cube does exceed my expectations. For a puzzle at this low of a cost, I was critical of the puzzle quality, but the reviews showed that the puzzle was very well received for the price point. Out of the box, I was kinda disheartened with the performance of the puzzle. For one, my biggest issue with this puzzle is that the plastic is matte finish. The problem with that is that when your hands sweat, which happens a ton for me, the matte finish plastic becomes slippery and hard to hold. This gets worse the more intense the finish is, which is the issue with this cube. The finish on this is stronger than the Warrior and the original Meilong line, making slippage the biggest issue on this cube. Besides that, the cube came out of the box super tight and bone dry, with an intense friction drag. Honestly, I thought this cube was mediocre at best without setup. So naturally, I thought the cube needed to be set up, and the first step in my setup process is to wash the cube. However, when I took apart the cube, it was completely clean, even with traces of factory lube. This makes the setup process for this cube insanely easy, fast, and efficient. With some much needed tensioning and the usage of all of the new lubes that I bought, it quickly became better, and I broke in the cube while going for a walk with my family. When I got back, I really fell in love with this cube, and I think to this day I use it more than any other 3x3 that I own. That may be attributed to the fact that it's still a cube that I'm so excited to have, but this cube has done great things for me as well. Just recently, I got a new personal best on OH with this cube, beating my old PB by 2 seconds. Also before that, I even got an 8.62 on a regular two-handed saw, which is my second best time by about 300 milliseconds. With my performance on this cube, I can positively say that this will be my OH main, and possibly say that this would be my two-handed main as well. This is good for a beginner or intermediate cuber on a budget, or cubers who have materials for setting up puzzles. Finally, the MGC 4x4. Long story short, the feeling is great, but the solves I do on this cube are even more phenomenal. Out of the box, it was fast and crunchy with a unique bubbly feel that is very reminiscent of the YJ Yusu V2M. With some Mystic on the outer layers and some Silk on the inners, the puzzle retains a fast yet ultra silky feel that I've been really wanting on a big cube, even on tight tensions. I haven't even had any pops or major lockups on this puzzle since I received it a few days ago, which is definitely a first for me. Overall, it feels really good, but what are my times? Well, I've broken 4 PB singles, 2 PB averages, I've tripled the amount of sub 1 solves I've ever had, and I've dropped my average by over 10 to 20 seconds. The performance of this puzzle really pays off in my times overall. I strongly recommend this puzzle to any cuber with the money. If you can, buy these at a cube shop of your preference. And as always, thanks for watching. No! Oh no! My first ever major lockup.